それでは始めてください。
I'm Mayako Sunaraga, Shinsuke Komatani, Yusuke Oriya. We are members of the seminar. We are talking about online English conversation research. I'm introducing and I'm going to talk about previous study. Then Yusuke will talk about research object. Shinsuke will talk about method. Then Shinsuke will show list of results. Then we each talk about consideration. Then Yusuke will give conclusion. Our seminar learn English on Skype with a Filipino or Canadian teacher once a week. We start this research to develop this way to learn has actually led to improvement of English skill and which part has been improved. We are different from the former group with the point that we researched not the feeling but actually counted some points from video while Skype. Online English conversation has lately spread around the world as a method of learning English. MMD Laboratory conducted research on online English conversation July 14th to 18th in 2014. When asking the necessity of learning English, 32% answered it's greatly needed. Then 42% it's relatively needed. So about 75% think English is necessary. However, only 32% have actually studied and 67% don't study English, do nothing about English. So people think English is important, but they might be reluctant to learn. Here is the reason why they don't learn English. Among those who don't learn English, we found out that they were afraid of cost the most. In addition, 21% know the online English conversation, while 78% don't. The authority asked whether they use online English conversation or not, that which the most important thing to choose online English conversation is. As a result, low cost is the main reason. Furthermore, our seminar members, Mr. Kaneko, Ms. Yamazaki, Ms. Okita did the same survey last year. The results differ with each other. For example, in the case of the total words that one say in 5 minutes, Mr. Kaneko and Ms. Yamazaki increased the words from 2nd to 9th Skype session. On the other hand, Ms. Okita decreased it. Next, Ms. Yamazaki and Ms. Okita decreased the number of collection while Mr. Kaneko's increasing. Although they calculated that the total words would rise, and the collection would decline every time they do Skype, the consequences are different from what they thought at first. They couldn't prove the improvement by Skype English conversation. Now, Yusuke will talk about research object.
We think that the field
skills that can be desired, the most development is the ability of speaking, because there are many opportunities to talk in English by communicating with teachers. Then we put stress on fluency. Can students feel the improvement of speaking ability as they do Skype? As a result, are their speaking ability rising? Research what parts of Skype lead to improvement of speaking ability. Next, Shinsuke will talk about method.
Last year, our senior seminar used the case of Japanese speaking analysis written down by Sakurai Tomomi in Hiroshima University. The purpose of this research is complexity, accuracy, fluency, and we also use it. We use second and ninth Skype recording tapes, and we analyze 5 points: the number of words, silence, filler, repeat, collection in on conversation while 5 minutes. First, the number of words is total number of words spoken in 5 minutes. Second, silence is the length of time that we can speak. Third, repeat is words the number that we said, and that have no meaning, but then it doesn't matter when we notice the grammar mistakes in the conversation, or the repeated words that has similar meaning to correct. Fourth, filler is the number of words like we usually say when we are thinking in 5 minutes. Fifth, correction is the number of words we notice the mistake of expression and we state correct words in 5 minutes. And this is our result. And this is my result. First, number of words of ninth increased than second. I could tell my opinion smoothly, and some field of speaking ability grow up. For example, detail on my opinion pronunciation. I think that this improvement links the ability to construct a sentence. Second, time of silence is not changed, but each second of silence decreased. Third, filler, repeat, and correction decreased a little, and I didn't have no confidence and I felt uneasy in second. But I had a little confidence and got used to Skype in ninth. As a result, there are no big change, but we can see little change and growth by Skype learning.
I expected that I would be accustomed to a partner and a teacher, and I feel confident to speak English. Words would increase and silence would decrease. In fact, my result is shifting from 168 to 226 words in 9. So 34% up. Silence is 12 times to 8 times, and I could say nothing for 70 seconds in second and 53 seconds in 9. The bit loss and the correction doesn't make a difference. Although I can see good results all the areas, I'm not afraid of making mistakes in speaking English anymore by Skype session once a week. I indeed hesitated what I want to say often, but now I try to express it in English more than before.
In my expectation, I thought the number of words will increase and the silence and filler will decrease. However, there is little difference on this research. As a result, The number of words increased about double for 91 to 178. This is because the more we experience Skype, the more confidence we gain in speaking English.
残り5分です。
But other things such as silence, filler, repeat, correction are also increased. Therefore, there are some doubts on the improving actual English knowledge. Finally, I will talk about conclusion. Two of us increase the number of words, but we all don't feel increase of English ability from other parts. We all get confidence in speaking in English through Skype, and we also become to speak actively. It is said there is doubt on the improving of actual English ability, but surely we increase to speak aggressively. Therefore, we all got habituation and confidence to speak more in English. This is reference. Thanks for listening.
報告ありがとうございます。それではストラウド先生、コメントをお願いします。
Okay, thank you very much. That was another very good presentation. Again, very professional, very clear and easy to follow. Thank you very much. I liked that you had different measures. You had mixed measures. You had surveys and some data from the Skypes. I think in research you need to have mixed methods like that to collect data, so that was very good. I think it was very interesting you found that the number of words was increasing as well with using Skype. That's a clear finding that's important to show this kind of technology or classes can help Japanese students speak more, which is very important, I think, especially for university students who are shy, for example, and they need, you said, for example, the confidence level goes up. So that was great. I think if you wanted some advice, I think a couple of things. First, looking at the measures of performance in the Skype calls, you had things like number of words, silence, fillers, repeat, corrections. These are really interesting and they give a very good picture of fluency, I think. Maybe in the future you could think about other measures for things like accuracy or complexity. Very common ones in research are things like errors per 100 words, things like sentence length, spoken, how long sentences become, how long a speaking term becomes. For example, if it's one word, one word, one word, one word, this is communication. Maybe it's fluent, but it's not complex. So looking at if Skype can help improve those kind of measures too would be interesting too. I actually think the first Ino Sensei presentation today and you guys both did a great job at looking at Skype, and I would be very interested in seeing those two data together, surveys and this data for the same students. So for example, if students speak more and more and more, you can find out maybe why with surveys, with a bit more survey data. Of course, you don't have so much time to present everything. This is a shorter presentation, but maybe in the future. And maybe one more, I'm sure you know, but maybe more than 3 students, maybe if you had time. I know this takes a long time to collect and to write and analyze, but usually in research, I mean, you should have 10 or more for a paper. But this is still, of course, it's very, very interesting, but for future research, maybe try to get a little bit more data. Questions? I have one question. The topics or well, not topics, but the conversation in the 2nd and the 9th Skype, what did students talk about? What were they discussing?
We started Skype session on April to December. So second time and 9th in December. So we compare the start of the Skype session and the end of the Skype session.
Okay. I mean, this was a conversation with is it Filipino teachers? So one student, one Filipino teacher, what was it? Was this like Jiko Shokai, or what kind of, did you talk about hobbies, or what is the conversation you had with the
Japanese
teachers?